Hello. I'm the type of person that wants to be prepared as much as possible whenever I'm in whichever situation or environment I'm in. So, whenever I go to the woods, the forest, I'm always carrying some sort of gear that can help me if I'm stranded out there. Now, I want to go over a few things since I'm trail riding that I brought along for fixing and helping maintain my transportation. So this here may give people some ideas what they may carry, whether it's on an ATV, side-by-side, a motorized bicycle, whichever vehicle you're taking into the woods. If you're riding the trails, these tips may help. So this here is the kit that I'm carrying out here. I also have a haversack. I like this chest rig because I can also carry a backpack if I like to. But this here carries a total survival kit. If I'm stranded out here or lost, I can get through a night or two. Also, it contains gear and tools that I can maintain my bike like I said. Now, if I had an ATV with a trunk and such, or a side-by-side, you can carry more. This here is just a few items that could really help in a survival situation, or if my bike ends up breaking down. So let's start going over what's on the outside of this kit. Now, first off, I have some bear spray here, just in case I'm in a situation where I may need to use it. So this here is a little bit of security for me since I'm traveling these back roads alone. Now here I have a stainless steel 750 milliliter bottle here that I can purify water in if I need to. I can make teas, I can cook soups. Lots of different options with the stainless steel single-walled water bottle. In here, what I have is I've got a signal mirror and a whistle. In this portion here. Now the signal mirror and whistle, that can help get you rescued. You could be stranded here and look over and see some people on another mountainside walking along. You may get their attention either with the whistle or flashing light from the signal mirror. Plus, if a plane goes by, you can signal them as well. In here, I have a flashlight and I also have a headlamp. And the batteries are not in these, they're in the bag. That way they're always fresh and I'm not accidentally turning the lights on and draining my batteries. Before I need them, before it gets dark, and you know, half an hour or so, sun setting is before it gets dark, I am putting batteries in this. So carrying and having an extra light source can be a huge benefit. In the front, I have a folding saw. This one here is a very good saw. It's worked great for me, which I always like to have a nice saw if I have to. I can cut down a 6-inch tree if I need to with this. It's a very good carry, weighs very little, and sits right here. Here, I've got a nice full tang blade here for my cutting needs. So a knife and a saw. Whenever I go to the woods, I always like to have a knife and saw. As you see here, I have a bicycle pump. I do have a repair kit in my tool pouch here. So if I did get a flat, I have a way to pump it up. Now this one here actually had these little tabs here, and I used hair ties. Wrap that around a couple times, and that keeps it nice and secure there. And it's been working great. So bicycle pump, weighs nothing. On these sides here, this is my tool pouch, which I will go over a little closer later. And in here is a bivy bag. Reflective, waterproof, windproof bivy bag. So this here I can use to keep myself warm and act as a sleeping bag. It is plastic, so you want to take care when what you're laying on so you don't puncture a hole in it. But it can really help retain that body heat. What I like about this pump, I can just flop it up like that, zip this down, and I have everything right here. Now, I have a life straw here that I can drink directly from a water source, but I won't be using this unless my bottle is empty. When my bottle is empty, I can dip my bottle in, get the water out of the water source, put this into my water bottle and drink. This is contaminated then, but as long as I keep drinking it out of here, I'll be fine. Also, once I boil it, it will be no longer contaminated. So, gives you an option of safe water. Here I have a first aid kit, very important to have. This here I call a boo-boo kit because that's about all it's going to fix is cuts and scrapes. I've got some warm-ups. These here are the self-heating pads, and also this one here is like a 60-inch by 96, so 5 foot by 8 foot tarp. Comes in very handy. I've used this as a shelter alone, but I can put it up overhead for a tarp. If it started raining, just set this up quickly. I could be in underneath and out of the rain. So that can be very, very handy. And I have a pouch down here. Got my car keys in there with a whistle on it. In here I have various cordages, mostly bank line and such, that I can help set up shelter, just many uses of cordage. I've got some long-lasting fire starters with self-striking and a striker with them. That's going to help me get fire. Got another heavier duty tarp here. This one here is 5 foot by 8 foot as well, and it's 2.5 times thicker than the other one I had. And this one here, both of them are reflective, so I have 2 tarps. And in the bottom, I have a ferro rod and striker for making fire as well. So, for survival, I have water, I have tarps, and I have a way to make fire. So, with those items, that can help me get through a night. Now what I'm going to do is put this stuff back and then go over what I'm carrying for tools for the bike. So in here, what I brought was a flat screwdriver plus a Phillips screwdriver. I have a tire repair kit here, plus 2 wrenches for changing the tube or taking the tube out and fixing it. I also have a small pair of vice grips, 2 wrenches here. This one's 14 millimeter, and this one here, I can't read it, it's so old, but it fits the nut on my rear tire. I also have two 10mm. I have an extra spark plug. This is a 5/16 wrench. And this one here is also 5/16 and 11/32. And also I have two different size Allen wrenches. I'm not sure the size, but with these tools I have everything I need that fits pretty much everything on that bike and engine. Now this is my spark plug socket. Now I can use the vice grips right on this, or I have this swivel set that I can put in there, and the 10mm actually fits right here like this, and I'm able to turn it. Now I have a 14mm for the head bolts that I can do the same thing. Put that on and use this to turn it. That way I don't have the weight of a ratchet. In saying that, let's check the head bolts. That one's snug. That one's snug. That one's snug. That one's snug. I'm going to actually put it down that way a little bit so I can get at it better. Yep, that's snug. So they're all great. This little bit of gear here helps me feel safer while I'm out here and more prepared. Now, I can do a lot with just these tools because they fit pretty much everything on my bike. I can fix a flat tire. I can change a spark plug. I can adjust the carburetor. There's many different things I can do with just this little bit of tools. Now, it's according on what you're riding, what you'll need for tools, but carrying a tool kit to fix any problems you may have out there, blown engine, maybe something different. But for maintenance and generalized tinkering, carrying a kit can be very beneficial. Also, carrying a saw, a knife, some extra tarps and such, and get some training in survival can also be very beneficial. So I want to thank you for watching. Take care and stay safe out there. All the best.